I don't think it's a pain in the butt to work on rooms that already have a ceiling. Most of the ceilings, well, this one I need to finish, but like this one, okay, most ceilings are one way. So this one, for instance, is actually a one-way. Whoopsie, I did not mean to delete that. What did I just delete? I don't know what I just deleted, but I guess it's not important. Okay. Yeah, I'll do Control Z. The only option. So this is a normal ceiling. You can see one way but not the other. I'm just going to delete these weapon racks because those are floating and ain't nobody got time for that. Something like this over here, like that's a solid ceiling, but if you click on it and hit 1, it makes it transparent. And then you hit Alt-1 to restore it. So that's just what I do. So, short version, it is not a pain in the butt to work on things that already have ceilings. Okay. Well, I guess I'm doing this display first, because I'm here. So I might as well. Okay, I need to get there it is. I'm going to paste one over here for safekeeping, so I can just copy it when I need it. This one's what I'm actually going to use. Weep. Nope, wrong way. So this one will be the Forgotten Caverns. And, oh wait. Yeah, Forgotten Cavern. Book. Pictograph, and scroll down until we find the Forgotten Cavern. Where did you go? Nope. There it is. And display to enable is this one. Oh, I named this one wrong. This one's... Yes. I mean, I said yes. I meant yes. This one. Cavern. Cavern wall. Copy, yes. Yes, that is fine. And I'll just rename these. Oh, I can't. Okay. I need to actually physically edit them. This. Whoop. Yes. Ooh, there's a big chunky gap that I'll have to seal. I'll worry about that later. Do a quality control kind of thing later. So that's all set up, but now I need information. So I will make a new information message. Yeah. Yeah, I think Nehru would... Yeah, Din's spells... In Relics of Hyrule, Din's spells tend to be destruction. Ferror's tend to be alteration. Nehru's tend to be restoration. Nehru's love is alteration. But there's no, like, one-to-one connection between any specific magic school. But Din's definitely tend to be destruction. Alright. The Forgotten Cavern is unexpectedly done. And I might as well do... Oof. The Freezing Caves is going to be an undertaking. There's a whole bunch of displays for it. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the max. So this might have to be its own display. So I'm gonna actually wait. There we go. That'll be its own display. myself a note. So that's going to be one display, and this is more of the same display. This is its own display. This is its own display. That's its own display. So, with that in mind, this is one. That's beneath the well, so that's its own thing. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this. Well, I am working on the Hall of Memories for version 6.6.2. I'm almost done with one of these sectors that I'm calling the Ruins sector. This is the Freezing Caves display. House. That's the Barracks. So they're kind of their own thing. I may give them their own display. Since they're so removed from everything else. Yeah, that would make the most sense. Oh, that's interesting. A sci-fi museum. I have to move this a little bit. That's okay. Be okay. Fairy Fountain is its own display. Oh no, the Fairy Fountain isn't its own display. It should be, though. Why not? Yeah, I live next to a road, as most people do. So you will hear cars. My room is not soundproofed. Okay, so we have one for Beneath the Well, one for Kakariko Village and the Graveyard. Which I'll have to complete this so that there's a better setup. This is all Freezing Caves. That's its own thing. That's its own thing. That's its own thing. Alright. I have all those crystals in place. And then I'm going to... I already finished this, the Lost Sky Crater and Ruins display. And I finished this. Or did I? What did I need to do? I needed to do False God Passage. But I feel like I already finished it. Oh, I did the cult headquarters, but not False God Passage itself. Yeah, the cult headquarters are done. False God Passage itself needs a display. Oh, there's a little... There's already a crystal for it. I just need to set it up. Ah, Bub has arrived. Welcome. I think we have a lot of people here. Wow. Yeah, we do have a lot of people here. That's good. That's good for a dev stream. They're not always super well attended. Okay. Oh, did I just... I don't remember moving this, but I guess I did. Oh, Xavier's late. Let's get a wall and install the wall right there. Beep. Okay. And I'm going to put one of these on it. I need a wall. I need another wall. Different wall. Monday is my stream day. Yeah, making the models is definitely the hardest part, and there's so many other factors that go into it. I can't make custom models to save my life. I don't have the skills, and I don't really have time to learn the skills or the tools or anything. I can cobble together things, like I cobbled together the Goron weapons from pre-existing stuff, so I can work with pre-existing stuff, but I can't make other models, so I rely on donations of models, people who want to help the mod expand, and fortunately I have a few of those in Discord. What was my favorite thing? Oh, man. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that. The cat has attacked. Yeah, the Pose Lantern is definitely one that was somebody else's expertise donated to me, because I don't have the ability. Good old cats. Always wanting to be the center of attention. I did not mean to duplicate that. Let's duplicate this so I could move it. Yeah, the Emperor's Sword is definitely something that people are looking forward to. If people aren't aware already, version 6.6.3, the next update after 6.6.2, I'll finally be able to go and branch out from the archive, which has dominated the mod for the better part of a year. Then I'll be able to move on from that and make more things and expand into other areas. The Emperor's Sword is going to be Hyrule's answer to the Master Sword. And it's going to start as the Peasant Blade. You'll find the Peasant Blade in some pocket of Hyrule with virtually no idea of what it is. And you'll be able to expand it and branch out, and it will have a ridiculous upgrade tree. D. Magnus and I are kind of planning out what it's going to be like. You'll start with the Peasant Sword, and then you can split it on one of two paths, a light path or dark path, but at any time you can switch back. So it's this sort of convoluted, twisting upgrade tree, and you don't know whether you're doing the right thing, whether you're going down the light path, or if you're going down the dark path. And the Empress Sword is the end of the light path, and the Tyrant Sword is the end of the dark path. But unlike the Master Sword, where you go through and you find a path and you're done, and you have to start over if you wanted to purify the Deep Corrupt or something like that, the Emperor's Sword, you can just constantly weave back and forth. And there's I think 15 different swords all in this one line. So it's basically pulling out the stops in terms of being able to upgrade a weapon. It starts out as iron, and then by the time you get to Empress, it's like Dragon Bone. Or actually beyond Dragon Bone. That's the plan. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, and the idea of upgrading it is you get it and you say, okay, I'm going to change the pommel. I'm going to change the blade. I'm going to change the handguard, and just refining it and refining it and refining it. It's also kind of like the Ship of Theseus paradox. Is the Emperor's Sword the same sword as the Peasant Blade? Maybe. You've upgraded it and completely changed what it is. Anyway. False God. Deep D marker. Usually disabled. And this one is False God Passage D marker. Initially disabled. Yes. Bop. Boop. Another plan that we have is people have requested, it comes up a lot, the Ocarina of Time variant of the Master Sword. There will be inspiration from that in the Empress Sword line. We're not going to... I don't want to have every single variant of the Master Sword. That would just be pointless, I think. There's ways to enjoy media without having an encyclopedic, nitpicky knowledge of it. I didn't... I meant that with peace and love. Actually, wait, what am I doing? This should be a little bigger. To cover the gaps. Okay. Let's do the rest of False God Passage. And I think I already did Call HQ. I'll just do all of this in one swell foop once I'm done with this one. False God Passage, Crystal. Okay, display to enable 1 is this. And number 2 is this one. Nope, I don't want the floor. I meant the ba-ba-ba. There we go. Oh my god! That is insane. People were civil about a Star Wars discussion? I mean, that happened to me the other day, too. Oh, I didn't write the information yet, so that's not gonna help. You like Star Wars? Oh, didn't you know that, like, George Lucas just ripped off Flash Gordon? Which is a ripoff of whatever the crap? Like, how dare you? How dare you like something that I don't like? This is the internet, where happiness is illegal. And people debate everybody for everything. Even if you, like, don't know what a debate is and you use logical fallacies for every single one of your points. That doesn't matter. The point is, you're just expressing your opinion. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Just like an internet commenter. Not allowed to have an opinion. It's really funny, like, somebody expresses an opinion, and someone says, I disagree. Okay. Your point being? I like blue. Excellent. Good for you. False God Passage. That's something when I made my Discord, when I first started it, I was kind of militant about people being nice, because I didn't want that in my Discord. Like, people asked me to make a Discord, I made a Discord, and my condition was, it's my template response to my decree, and I don't want to see it turn into a flame war. Like, it's my... I didn't want to give yet another platform for people to be vitriolic and bad to each other. That works. Blue is the best color, but you're wrong for liking it. Somebody actually contacted me and asked why I don't allow people to discuss religion on my Discord. I have a Pokemon channel. That's risky enough. Okay. False God Passage. Ancient tunnel. Yep, just preventative measures. Yep. Yeah, like, people get really passionate and they just lose control. They lose their minds and they can't discuss it. Like, you could have a civil discussion, but yeah, the Pokemon channel is tame now that people have come to terms with Sword and Shield existing. Which, by the way, I finally got around to playing the DLC for Sword and Shield. It's pretty good. If only the whole game was like that. But it doesn't matter. Except this is the internet, so people are going to be mad about that forever. Anyway, I digress. I'm focusing on False God Passage. Entry, deep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they were... Sword and Shield are definitely... They're good. They're just not super polished. And people were really upset about them removing Pokemon from the Pokédex. And then they were adding them back in, and then I imagine the next games will add the rest of them. Yeah, like the Diamond and Pearl remakes are going to add the rest of the Pokemon. If you look at it, all the Pokemon that are still missing, most of them are Generation 4. So Legend, Arceus and Diamond and Pearl remakes will just add the rest of them, and we'll have a complete Pokédex again. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Brain, what is brain? So I'm just going to... If I come up with a better phrasing for False God Passage... Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll add information on... False God Passage. There we go. Yeah. I will save it. Once I edit this thing, I'll save it. All right. Saving. Yeah, good old creation kit. So, we did False God Passage, so that's all done. So now all that's left is just all of this. Yeah, it was only a matter of time. I knew that they would get around to it. I'm a patient man. There are literally almost 900 Pokemon. I think Legends Arceus will add the 900th Pokemon. Excuse me. Like, there's a 900 Pokemon, and every single one has to be set up. That's an insane amount of work. And yeah, it's Nintendo, but, like, it's a huge amount of work. But I digress. This is a debate that's been going on forever. I'm fine with it. I'm not going to lose it. Yeah. But they're all coming back. Every single Pokemon. Everyone's favorite Pokemon. Dunsparce is back. We'll eventually get Cranidos back. It's all good. Everything's coming up Millhouse. I am very, very excited about the Diamond Pearl remakes and Legends of Arceus. Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm so excited. That reminds me, the donation pool for Relics of Hyrule, there's a bit in it, and I like to use that money for supporting the mod itself. I'm not sure what to use it for. I could... One thing that I was thinking of doing is getting, like, an Elgato, a capture device, so that I could stream console games. But I don't know how... I don't know what the interest level for that would be, because Skyrim gets the most attention for my channel. So I don't know. I'll have to think about what to use that. Poll to gauge opinion. I might do that. I'll come up with some options myself, and then I'll see what people think. What people would want. I think my graphics card is okay. It gets the job done. I don't think I need to go overboard with a graphics card. Oh, if a CPU would help. I don't know that much about computers, honestly. My GPU... NVIDIA would tell me. It's an NVIDIA card. I think it's a 1050 Ti. It's definitely not new. Oh, I hate having to log into literally everything. I don't want to log in. Let's see here. Your phone. That's not what I'm looking for. System. Oh, Creation Kit finished saving. Look at that. about. Now the processor is an AMD Phenom 2 X4965 processor, 3.4 gigahertz. I have 8 gigs of RAM. I'm trying to find my graphics card. Oh, okay. That's what that is. Projecting to this TV. No, PC. It's an older PC. It's not new. But it's functional. Come on now. Alright. Display adapters. Yeah, so my graphics card is a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. Now, I know human interface device refers to keyboards and mice and things like that, but that really sounds like something from the Matrix. We must activate the human interface device. We must interface with the humans. Why is this hallway so narrow? Oh. I see. Stick with that. That looks nice. That looks fine. Okay. Ah! Let's finish the rest of this. We just saved. And now we have to do the freezing caves, which will be a lot, I think. I have to fill that gap. The freezing caves is a cool place. LOL. LMAO. BBQ. Rafflecopter. Oh! The Pikachu joke has summoned Brambleberry. There we go, that looks nice. There we go. I just realized I forgot, I never answered the what do I like doing with Relics of Hyrule the most. I think I like making weapons the most. I like shields too. They're really simple. And it's fun, like, putting in that data. I like making displays for the archive, so that's a good thing. Because as I add items, I'll have to add them into displays, and I like making those displays. I do like making dungeons, but nav meshes are awful. And I like the lore. It's hard for me to pick one thing. But I think, like, making the weapons, because, like, you can just get a model, put it in, do a few things, and then instantly you have a thing that you can hold in your hand in the game. And it's fun, like, adjusting the textures and making them look really good. They can get frustrating. Everything can get frustrating. But I think weapons, dealing with weapons and shields, is my favorite thing to do with modding Relics of Hyrule. Okay, now we have to do this nonsense. I've always loved shields, even before Skyrim, even before just anything. Just, I love shields in general as a concept. I could be receiving. One of the challenging things about at least this section of the archive is that it's not on a grid. Everything has to just line up. I just noticed this stupid edge piece. That's annoying. So the ceiling will actually have to be shorter than I was anticipating. Oh man, Mario Party is going to be great. My girlfriend and I are really excited about that. She loves Mario Party. She also really loves Luigi's Mansion 3. We've been looking for like a decent co-op game on par with that we can both play. Because she likes playing video games with me, but like she's not super skilled, so she gets frustrated. We tried games like Unravel 2, which has kind of a complex system to it that she can't really grasp. But Mario Party is really simple, and Luigi's Mansion is pretty simple too, so she really enjoys those. Yeah, Mario Kart, yeah. She likes Mario Kart too. I mean, Mario Kart as well. We'll play Mario Kart together. I don't like this nonsense here. I think what I'm going to do is I will have the... Yeah, she plays Animal Crossing. She's gotten kind of bored of New Horizons, but she really likes Animal Crossing. Oh. Yeah, she tried Super Smash Brothers, but the problem is, like, just, like, buttons. Like, if she has to, like, hold buttons and, like, do a bunch of complicated button maneuvers, she's just not used to it. She didn't really grow up with complex video games. But she said that if Spyro, she loves Spyro. She can do Spyro pretty well. But she'll pass the controller to me if there's a boss character gets too difficult. But she told me that if Spyro was announced for Super Smash Brothers, she would start playing Super Smash Brothers. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, it seems like signs are pointing to Sora. Sora is still pretty ridiculous if you think about it. Like, the closest Nintendo got to Disney if they add Sora. Alright, I'm gonna save again because I did all that work with Relics of Hyrule. I mean, with the freezing caves. If Sora's added, you'll just press A. If it's a Fire Emblem character, people are going to lose their minds in the wrong, not in a good way. If they add another Fire Emblem character, people will be livid. If they add another sword, well, Sora isn't entirely sword character, but still. Yeah, Oh, jeez. Only time will tell. We're gonna find out tomorrow. Less than a day away. All bets are off. Like, Steve is in. Like, Mario, like, Minecraft is represented in Super Smash Brothers. Sephiroth is in. Banjo and Kazooie. There is no way to know who the final fighter will be. Ah! Yes! Superintendent Chalmers will definitely be the final Smash character. And it makes sense because there's that one episode when Ralph called him Super Nintendo Chalmers. That'll be the announcement video. Be like, we would like you to see this. And it's like, it just opens on Steam tabs. Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your direction. And then, boom. I mean, Dragonborn's already a Mii costume. Quit chat and smash. Wow. That's like 1.1 years. That's like a year and a month. I think what I'm gonna do is just put in all these walls. Assist trophy. Yeah, I mean, Waluigi is a character that people are really passionate about. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting added. Possibilities are endless. This is the House of the Dead. I feel like Cinderace isn't a super timely addition. Sweet, glorious tedium. Okay, could we go? This is the barracks. I think this is the soldier's house. I'll have to double check. I think this is the soldier's house and this is just house. I have to look at the pictographs. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the soldier's house. Speaking of pixel art, I used to do... it's not really pixel art, but it was sort of like in that ballpark. I used to make an adaptation of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I only got 10 chapters in before I kind of burned out from it. I just lost motivation. It was kind of pixel art, but not really. And it took me a really long time to finish chapter 10. I put it out, and the first comment I got was, "It's about time." And I very rarely get comments on it. Every so often it'll just be someone saying, like, "That voice sounds weird. Did you make this in MS Paint?" And all that other stuff. And I was just like, nope. So one of these days I could just half-ass chapters 11 and 12 and make them pseudo audiobooks and just have the interstitial illustrations instead of going all out. Like Who Stole the Tarts? They would just be the illustration of the White Rabbit and the two of the Mad Hatter, and then Alice's Evidence would be her knocking over the jury stand and the king looking, and her with the Ark of Cards. That's it. I wanted to do the whole thing, and I had this whole idea of when she says at the very end of the dream sequence, she says, "You're nothing but a pack of cards." I wanted that to echo, and then there's this rain of cards, and I had this whole plan, but I lost motivation, and then people didn't really care. I used to get comments from teachers saying, "Oh, I hope you finished the last two. I show these in my class all the time. I show these to my students all the time." But I just don't have the motivation. And it was around the time that Relics of Hyrule started gaining traction that I stopped Project Carol. Relics of Hyrule is just very quick turnaround in terms of gratification. Project Carol was a lot of work with very little gratification. And Relics of Hyrule is just constant feedback and constant back and forth, and it's a much better experience. It is what it is. What is that? Smithy. That's good. I'm glad Relics of Hyrule has been a positive thing in people's lives. Like, even mine, Relics of Hyrule, I started working on it, back in 2012, 2013. And a lot has gone on in my life since then. Since I started it. Like, I went through college, I got a job, worked through, like, anxiety and depression, and Relics of Hyrule was there the whole time. The whole way. It was there when I went through a rough relationship. It was there when I'm always... Wait, I don't know what I'm talking... it was there when I got through a kind of rough relationship and a rough end to said rough relationship. And it was there when I got a brand new awesome relationship. And it's just constantly expanded over time. Just constantly getting better and better. I don't know what that is. I don't care. Alright, I think this one might be ready to be tied in. Oh, yeah. I got a comment once. Hey, you should restart Relics of Hyrule, the series, with a new coat of paint. Like, just... That doesn't make much sense to me. Like, why would I restart the series? Like, start it over from scratch. Like, yeah, the first few episodes aren't, like, top-notch, crazy, high quality, but, like, you can see the evolution through the series. Archive. Using a lot of these arches. These arches are very useful. Is there a static alchemy? Load screen alchemy workbench. Well, hello. Problem is, it's not a tabletop one. But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Here we go. Ooh, Sonic. Ooh, Sonic. Boom. Current cell. Bang. Got both of those. That way, no one can interact with them at all. No one can interact with them at all. I guess people could sit at this thing if they wanted to. I'm not gonna keep them from doing that. Oh, jeez. Ooh, that would hurt my soul. It's one of those things, like, people can do whatever they want with their installation, but whenever somebody says, oh yeah, I just consoled it in, it always bugs me because I put so much effort into designing those crafting recipes and, you know, making everything fit. Obviously, people can play however they want to play, but it's just sort of like, ugh. And I don't like it when people tell me that they've modded their installation. Like, I don't like it when people tell me that they've made a patch to adjust something that they didn't agree with. Like, that's great. You can do whatever you want, but don't tell me. It's kind of like, it feels kind of like somebody read Lord of the Rings and they go up to J.R.R. Tolkien and they're like, hey, I love your book. I love the two towers the best, but I crossed out all the times that you mentioned food. It's just my preference. Ooh, that's actually really... That is not actually a good arch. This is very narrow. I just noticed that. It's a very narrow archway. Not ideal. I can't get it too close. Oof. I could move everything. Yeah, I could move everything. Let's move this. No, I don't want to select that. That's the opposite of what I want. I want to select that. So that way I can scoot it up here. It's kind of a narrow passage, but it should still work. Here's a fun fact. Most of the instances of them in the archive have been me placing them while working on the mod to gauge size for passageways and such. That's pretty narrow, but it should work. How far can that go? Come on now. You can do it. We're gonna move it a little further in. Speaking of science, my boss, I work at a science museum, and we have a moon rock. My boss encountered somebody who insisted that the moon landings were faked, and I'm just like, oh. We get like one a year. Some Yahoo coming in and saying that they were faked. Despite the evidence literally sitting right in front of them. I mean, one that I know about. I am surprised that it's not more common, but like they have to pay like $17 to get in. So they would have to want to shell out that kind of money. Yeah, exactly. If the moon landings were faked, the Soviets would have found out by now. And Russia has moon rocks, I'm sure they do. So they would have been able to cross-reference with, like, Earth rocks. Like, anyway, I digress. I could go on forever. I had another guy, I was in the same NASA gallery. Had another guy who insisted that climate change was a hoax. And his significant other kept, like, orbiting while I was discussing with this guy, and she kept like making eye contact with me, like with this look on her face, like, I am so sorry. I have to listen to this all day. Oh my god. He was like, what is your opinion about climate change? And I said, well, the overwhelming scientific consensus is that it's real and it's human caused. He says, but what do you think? And I said, the overwhelming science consensus. Like, what do you expect me to say? Like, oh, I take off my ID and I'm just like, oh, let me give you a secret. I know all about it. No, it is real and it's human caused, and we need to do something. Yeah, exactly. So the moon landings, if ever you encounter somebody who insists that the moon landings were faked, if they say, oh, I think the moon landing was faked, first, I always say, which one? There were 6. There was going to be 7, but Apollo 13 had to turn around. So, 6 landings on the moon. They launched the Saturn V 13 times, because people think about the moon landings, but what about Apollo 10, which was a dress rehearsal? Apollo 9, 8, and 9, when they orbited the moon. They launched the Saturn V all those times, and they launched the Saturn V after Apollo for Skylab. So, like, which one was faked? Also, they always point at the shadows. The only way to get sharp black shadows that are all parallel, which you see on the moon, is a wall of laser LEDs. Or the sun. Guess what they didn't have in 1969? The sun. Yeah. They point at the flag. The flag is waving when astronauts jam it into the ground. There's no air on the moon. There's something called inertia. Like, it just got jammed into the ground by an astronaut. And they had to really jam it. It's only sitting in, like, a few inches of soil. They had to jam it into the ground. It's going to keep waving because it vibrates. They also say, well, why aren't there any stars? You can see stars during the day? It's too bright. The moon doesn't have an atmosphere. Oh my gosh. Every piece of evidence that they point to, that they claim shows that the moon landings were faked, is actually evidence that they were real. Because they were. It's a historical event. And also, where's their patriotism? The United States is the only country to ever land humans on another world. And yet they come and they say, oh, we didn't do it. Well, then who... Why would we claim that? And if we claimed it, why hasn't, like, North Korea come out and say that they have landed people on the moon? Why didn't Russia say that they landed people on the moon? If it's so easy to fake. Oh my gosh. There's a really funny Mitchell and Webb sketch where they're like, well, how can we fake the moon landing? Well, we'll have to build a massive rocket. Alright. And we'll have to actually launch it. And all the film crews will have to be catered, and everything. And then they're like, crazy idea. What if we just went to the moon? Anyway, I always get on that. Because it's just like, how can you have such a disconnect with reality that you think your own country, the only country, didn't land on the moon? Okay. I was looking for archive stairs. The sad thing is, like, the people who deny the moon landings, like, I wish we could reach them, but we can't. And as for the question of climate change, a lot of it is human influenced. Since the Industrial Revolution, pretty much anything. We've been tracking it for about 200 years, and it has warmed considerably. And the best way to describe it is global climate destabilization. So we'll get colder winters, which people point at and say, climate change isn't real, it's super cold. Well, yeah, it's because the airstreams are getting messed up. We've been pumping carbon dioxide into the atmosphere for like 200 years, and it's just gotten more and more and more and more. It is reversible. There's technologies that people are working on to suck carbon dioxide out of the air and put it back into the ground where it came from and react it with things to turn it into something else. Even switching to renewable energy, that slows it down, and then the Earth can start recovering its own way. Like, something needs to be done. Yeah. Yeah, and the change of the term to global climate change is indicative of what science is all about. Science is taking the information that we have and giving the best explanation given our current set of data. So they used to call it global warming because the globe is warming, but it's more than that. It's a climate destabilization. So climate change is a better... I'm glad the term caught on. What also needs to catch on is getting our heads out of our ass, our collective ass, namely all of those in Congress, and just do something. And this is kind of cynical of me, but I think the governments can't be trusted. I think it'll have to be like Coca-Cola and like Disney and all those mega corporations to do something, which is really cynical. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now. Ay. That's the that's not... I don't want to be all grim and gloomy. Skyrim, yay! Yay! Relics of Hyrule. Cake is always good. So, I have set up what I've set up right here for a Kakariko Village / graveyard display. I've obviously not done the entire graveyard because that would be insane. I just have a few, and these will appear with the graveyard display thing. And this is almost done. I just need to add some archways and I guess lower these because they're not lining up. Yeah, I'll save once I think I'll raise these up so that they line up with this. I'll save now because Creation Kit can always throw a fit even if you like duplicate something. Who? It'll be interesting when when Elder Scrolls 6 rolls around. I'm very curious to know the lore. Like, I'm very curious. They'll probably have to do... It'll either have to be concurrent with Skyrim or after Skyrim. And it'll be interesting to see how that gets handled. Like, how the Civil War will be... They'll probably do, like, well... the Civil War... It happened. But, like, they're vague about who won. And part of me really hopes that the Thalmor are... like... involved. Like, if it was me designing Elder Scrolls 6, the goal would be take down the Thalmor. Because that's a loose end. And it makes sense because like Alduin was involved with Skyrim's nonsense, so his presence could have been an influence on the timeline. Yeah, I can see it being like the Elmeri Dominion is just like, doesn't matter. We're your masters now. The Civil War was all just a farce. Only time will tell. Have to wait until Starfield is done. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did. I do want to do a Relics of Hyrule kind of thing for Elder Scrolls 6. It all depends on what the storyline of Elder Scrolls 6 is, but I would love to just start from scratch and just really double down on the archaeology aspect of Relics of Hyrule. Starfield is Elder Scrolls 6. That would be ridiculous. People would be like, what? The 19th era. Start 8. 19E. Alright, this is Kakariko Village. Door. Oh, no, it's not a door, it's a wall. Oop. Yeah, I think that is heavily implied. Like, I think people have looked at the trailer and cross-referenced it with a bunch of things, and figured out that it's in Western Tamriel, like High Rock, Hammerfell, and it makes sense because Morrowind was in Morrowind, and then it went east. It went west to Cyrodiil, went north to Skyrim, and then it would make sense to complete that with Hammerfell High Rock. And then if they went Thalmor route, you could do Hammerfell High Rock and Somerset Isles. I think this is all done. I just need to... Oh, I need to add a snowdrift right here. Drift. Snowdrift. There we go. That's what you like to see. You love to see it. I need another snowdrift over here. Maybe. People are going to get trapped back there, so I'm going to put the collision marker around the house. I don't mind people going up and saying hi to the porch, so I'll just have it like that. And I need to add a ceiling! Let's put this here. I'll use this one for the marker. Kakariko Graveyard. Marker. Yeah, I don't care where it is either. We'll see. Only time will tell. Books. Picked over. Yeah, that would be interesting. Somewhere completely new. Ooh. That would be interesting. Something entirely set in Oblivion. No, I don't want Camp Delamar. I want Kakariko Village, please. Okay. That's all good. That's done. And I'm going to select all these gravestones. You underestimate my power. Don't try it. Ah. I might as well keep the engravings on there. Why not? J1. Yeah, there's not many. Well, thanks for joining the stream today. Enjoy the rest of your existence. G1. Are you my mummy? Well, I'll just leave that. That's actually kind of fun. Speaking of Doctor Who, I don't know how many people follow Doctor Who, but apparently Russell T Davies is going to return after Chris Chibnall's tenure. Oh, Russell T Davies was the guy he was the showrunner for the first, when they revived Doctor Who in 2005, he was the showrunner for the 9th and 10th Doctor, and he stepped down and Stephen Moffat took over, and Stephen Moffat stepped down and Chris Chibnall took over. And now Russell T Davies is coming back, so he will be helming the 14th Doctor stories. Yep. It's getting, well, I'm going to keep going for a bit. Thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good night. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs paralyze. I will keep going for a little bit. Started at 3-ish. So I'll try to finish all of this. I'll probably go until 6 or so. 6 Eastern, anyway. But we'll see what happens. It might end up being 5:30, might end up being 5:40. We'll see what happens. I want to finish the ruins sector. Yeah, Miranda's back. Next week we'll have more adventures with Miranda. I'm really happy to have her back. And it'll be fun to sort of rebuild the character. And it's just fun to be able to explore without any nonsense. No quests hanging over your head. That one looks good. Oh, it kind of sticks into the house. Yeah, I think it was 2016 that she made her last advent, or I forget. She did come back for Shadow Temple, but like it's been a while. She has not been on there for a while. I think it was 2016, maybe 2018, but it's been a long time. Okay. Hello. Can you please turn? Okay, that is lined up, I think. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Some cracks in the ceiling. We don't want those to leak. Yeah, it's just trying to make it so that there's not like big obvious gaps. There, that looks decent. I don't know why they're not all aligned properly. It probably... Probably had something to do with the rotation. That looks fun. Okay, that I think is fine. I just wanted to get rid of the big gaps, so if somebody happened to look up, they wouldn't be like, ugh. This guy did this whole thing by himself, and he couldn't bear to fix this one little issue. It's such a minor thing. I can't believe he didn't notice. He spent hours on this and he didn't fix that one thing. I assume he knows everything about the mod and knows every single little detail. I can't believe he looked at that, saw it, and thought it was okay. So I'm just going to be really rude to him because I think he deserves it. Really not being able to keep track of every little thing in the mod. What is his problem? Really should have gone with a different choice for the ceiling. I don't like the archive at all, in fact. I think, like, he really should have just copied Legacy of the Dragonborn. He should have just made Legacy of the Dragonborn. And that would have solved all these problems. Because Legacy of the Dragonborn is perfectly balanced and 100% easy to deal with. It's just better. Alright. That is enough of that. I'm gonna to save. And then I could put in some pillars to break up the monotony. Okay, so I just need to finish the crystals for this. I think I did Kakariko Village already. So let's just hit green on those. I'll have to build a whole display for Kakariko Barracks because it's sort of partial. And then the rest of them are sort of standalone, except Beneath the Well and Fairy's Fountain and Chapel. And we're that much closer to home. Yeah, I can't believe that he doesn't allow CBBE support. I can't believe he's so vehemently against such a sexist... Just want variety. It's just a custom body mod. I don't know what the problem is. I don't mean to be dismissive of that. Yep. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm still... I don't like that CBB... I understand that CBBE isn't always just big boobs and big butts. I'm still not a fan of the conversion because I don't want my armors to be used for big boobs and big butts. And jiggle physics and all that crap. As long as people don't modify my work to make it skimpy, I'm okay with it. I don't like CBBE. I don't like what it supports. But if some community person made it, I can't endorse it. But whatever. I don't want to fight. I just don't want some, like, skimpy version of the hero's glass armor. Or Goron armor or something. Oh, thank God. Relics of Hyrule is done saving. Okay, I think I did this. This just needs to be these just need to be attached to that. Alright, that is done. Kakariko Village, Kakariko Graveyard, those are done. Kakariko Village itself is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot. I think I might just be able to get a wall and just go zoop, zoop, like that. But I'll do Kakariko. I think I'll do these two, since they're separate. And Beneath the Well. I'll do Beneath the Well and the Fairy Fountain, because they're self-contained and I don't have to do too much with them. Yeah, the Hylian Shield. That's just a... that's a big old joke. Yeah, this is gonna be really... I'm excited to see it in my game. It'll be well worth the wait. I hope. That is really funny. She dissolves into a pile of septums. That is hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, so I'm going to set up a system. Once I'm done with the Hall of Memories Ruins sector, I'm going to do some other work in the mod. And what I want to do is set up a system that if you have Nehru's Gratitude, as well as the Triforce of Knowledge and the Triforce of Wisdom, then you can see what's missing from a display. Which is gonna be really helpful for people. It won't work with the Hall of Memories because of the way that things are set up. I might have to... I'll have to fiddle with it somehow. It might end up being, instead of looking... Like, it'll look at if display to enable 0 is disabled, it'll look at... But it can't really look at all of these. It would have to check all the zeros, which would be very arduous. So the easiest thing to do is to check the display, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to see what I can do with it. Yeah. We go chapel. Now I need to make chapel. Kakariko Chapel is done. It's coming along so nicely. Next is the fairy fountain. Which, oh wait, no, hang on. I need to add one more piece of wall here. Beep, pop, boop, pop, beep, boop, ooh, ooh. Okay. There we go. Jeez. Jay Conley can't spell. Opposite of that demarker. Thank you. And I'll save after this. Not the Smithy Fairy Fountain. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Nope, not the waterfall. Thank you. I want a different thing. Kakariko Fountain. And now we just have to make information. Kakariko Fairy Fountain. Something I just realized is that this should be replaced with a neutral font, and this one too. I think probably empty one. And replace this. I think I'll have to I'll have to call it a day after I finish this and save. I could continue a little bit. I just have to grab dinner. So we'll have to wait while it saves. I don't know. I do want to finish it though. Oh, jeez. I clicked that by accident. Okay, jeez. DLC 01. Trez... Snow Elf. Empty. Okay. And this thing has to be replaced with a font. I don't remember what it's based on. SE Ruins font static? No. I think it's Whiterun. It's a Whiterun Brazier or something. Temple Planter? No. Tree Circle Wall Cap. I could look at Skyforge. Oh, it's Underforge. Cistern? Basin? There it is. Oh, it's loading up the whole dang thing. Has to load. Do that. Oh. Pokemon Platinum is just absolutely incredible. Okay. Kakariko Chapel is Dungeon Rings. That one's Dungeon Rings. I'm going to save. And I'm going to check to see if my dinner is ready for me to eat. We'll see what happens. So I will be back. I want to finish this today on stream. Just so the event is marked. We're so close, really. There's not much left to do. So I will be back. Okay. My dinner will be done in like 5 minutes. So, I'm going to build some walls for Kakariko Barracks. And I'll grab my dinner. That actually looks pretty good. Perfect. The half wall is the perfect size. And actually, I should make this into one of the spacers. I don't know which one it is. I think it's 5. Yes. There we go. That's perfect. That was easier than I thought. And then I'll just have to put a roof over this, or a ceiling. Put some arches there. And the wall. I think what I could do with the ceiling is just not even bother with something crazy and just do this thing. And now I need to fiddle with that. Alright, that looks fine. It definitely does not look great from above. Okay. Now, let's add arch. And that actually, that's perfect. I'll move this over just a little bit, but that's pretty much perfect. Yeah, oh man, that looks really good. Okay, so now we can just add the wall. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. I was kind of worried, that's why I was saving it, because I didn't want to do it. But it actually took very little time. That took like 4 minutes. That is not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to place the wall, and I'm going to run and get my dinner. I'll let it save again, even though I didn't do that much. There it is. I'll run and get my dinner, and I'll come right back. Oh. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I think that's fine. That is the marker. So we're going to enable parent opposite to that. We'll just set it up. We'll just finish it. I can do the naming after I save. That's not a... I'll do the naming and the information after I save, but I can at least set up the display settings. Pictograph. Kakariko Barracks. Alright. Save. I'll be right back. I have returned. Okay. We are saving. I have Beneath the Well. I just did Kakariko Barracks. So let's do Beneath the Well, which is right here. It needs a wall. I'm concentrating. Boy, am I concentrating. Alright, we got stairs. We just need to... I'll set this to be the marker. Beneath the well. One annoying thing is that it's like the way that some of these pieces are set up, like they line up differently with different pieces. 0 degrees for the wall is 90 degrees for the arches, so you can't just align them with an arch. You have to align them and then turn them 90 degrees, so it's just a little annoying. Oh yeah, I have to do information for the barracks. I have to also do beneath the well. That one's done. Where was Barracks? Boom. Saving. Beneath the Well is done, so now it's just the Freezing Caves. It is the last bit of the Ruins sector. Okay. I'm muting my mic every so often to eat food because I don't want to chomp in the mic. Once I'm done with the Ruins sector, I'm going to move on. I'm going to work on other things. But then I'll switch to a different sector. The temple sector will be the smallest because there's only 7 displays, so I might do that one next. Ruptured Tower shouldn't be too much, and the shrines, which is sort of like miscellaneous. I didn't want to call it like miscellaneous, but it's like shrines, islands, low rule. That one would be next. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know which one I'll do next, but I do want... I'll decide that after I finish the other things that I want to do, like the Poe lanterns, and some other things. So we're just left with the Freezing Caves, which sort of wraps all the way around here. Let's begin at the beginning and move on until we reach the end and stop. First, I should just make a information section for that. Freezing Caves. think I'll go counterclockwise. That's it. So I have to set. Okay. I think that's it. So that's all set up. Oh, no it's not. I need to add the actual marker, or actual items. Pictograph. Forgotten, freezing caves. Insert it in. Smithy. House 1. Yeah. House 2. House of the Dead. Store. Mailman's house. Store, and then Mayor's house. Okay. That took some time, so I'm gonna save. Beep. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna eat. Okay. So, at this point, it's just adding walls and making sure these displays are accessible and they look nice. So, I think I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to scoot this closer in. could just add a arch. Just a single arch. Large arch would do it. That should be enough. That's a little... Well, actually that kind of works. But it is big, and it's kind of making the hallway kind of a little too narrow, but I think it's fine if it leaks in there. That looks fine. That isn't as fine. I can move this back. Oh, there's still a section of the basement down here. I'll have to move that. Nope, 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 nope. My thingy just said encoder overloaded for a brief moment. And then it said consider, and then it just stopped, so I'll just assume everything's fine. I'll have to see if I can catch that error again. Know what it's talking about. That looks good. In fact, I don't need that thing anymore. And I'll come back and do walls for all these. That one already has a wall, so we're good there. It's the barracks. This one will be the hardest, I think. This one probably just needs to be scooted. Let's scoot this one back just a teeny bit. And oop. Put that in there. Like so. I'll add a wall later. have to... Oh, actually... Oh, no. Yeah, I can just move that one over. That's not hard. Okay. These hallways are narrow. That's the way it is. Alright, that one's good. I think this one's good. I think this one's already set up. Yeah, yep it is. That one's... Oh, I think I did it. I think they're all done. I've come full circle. Okay, so now I just have to... I'm going to save, and then I'll add the walls, like the actual blocking walls. And I think that's the first draft. So we're going to save and then finish up the first draft of the Ruins sector. I'll check it in-game, off-stream, and then make the final kind of tweaks. I'll probably show it off either the next time... I think the next time I stream, I could do like a preview of it before I start like Relics of Hyrule the series gameplay. I could just be like, here's a little intro. The show before the show. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. I would do testing today, but I've been going for almost 4 hours, and I do not want to see all the errors today. I don't want to see them. I don't want to have to make a note of them. It's just going to be... It would be too much. I just want to be done with the first draft and then go back and see the errors and sort of refine things later. Well, have a good night. Thank you for joining me. I'll keep going for a little bit, just add the walls, but it's almost the end of the stream anyway. But have a good night. Okay. All we have to do left now is the partition walls, and then it'll be done. I just have to tie them to their enabler. I think actually this thing might be unnecessary. No, it is necessary. It's very necessary. Okay, that one's done. Oh, this one's already set up. Done. Oh, crud. I forgot about this one. There's still more to be done. I'll finish that one up. It should be as simple as adding a couple arches. I'll come back to that one. Although, I think... No, yeah. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. Is this one tied in? Yes. Is this one tied in? Yes. I don't really want to name them all. I probably should. This is the smithy. Okay, finally, this is the final thing that I have to do, is add things right here. Probably just grab arches. Squeeble them down like that. And just line them up. I have to put more walls in there. And arches. So maybe... Oh, what did I just do? Okay. Maybe this one goes here, like so. Might need a small arch. Really, it just needs a junction, sort of a connection to the rest of it. So just making this match that. And then I could get some walls to just block those. So we'll get some half walls here. Yeah, that has to be blocked off. There. It's not pretty, but it gets the job done. Okay. So then we could just have a single wall right there, and that would do it. we go. Just name it. And with this, the first draft of the Hall of Memories Ruins sector is finished. Now, I'm sure there's some errors, and I'm sure there's gaps that I missed. I think there was one somewhere, but I'll have to check it in-game to see for sure. I'm going to save it, and I've been going for 4 hours, so I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to eat the rest of my dinner. Hall of Memories is coming along. We're making really good progress. Oh, boy. I thank everybody for watching. Tune in next time. I'll show off the Hall of Memories soon. What we've done so far and how it's going. And it'll be a lot of fun. So thanks everybody for joining me for this stream. We'll see you next time.